How can we stop other people's perfectionism? This is the topic of today. I'm here, I'm Vasi Sarandopoulou, a psychologist and an expert in perfectionism. And I want to talk today not about your perfectionism, but other people's perfectionism. And what do we mean, stop other people's perfectionism? Let me make it very specific and use specific examples. When somebody else is quite judgmental towards you, when they pinpoint your mistakes and your weaknesses all the time, when the only thing they're talking is about the things that you could have done better, should have done different, and reminding you in a very subtle way that you're not perfect, you're not good enough. When they are scared that you might fail and they're projecting this fear to you, when they are warning you about the what if this and what if that scenarios all the time, when they compare you with others. All these things are perfectionism, but sometimes we do it to ourselves. But now we're talking about when other people are doing it to us. When they compare you with others, when they remind you that somebody else is more successful and somebody else has done it already, and somebody else is way ahead of you. And they keep reminding that again and again. When this person is only or mainly talking to you about the mistakes and the comparisons and the fears and the negative comments. If you don't hear any good comments, if you barely hear from them messages of trust and respect, that's where we need to put an end to that. That's when we need to intervene. Why we need to intervene? Because first of all, one possible scenario is that if you are subdued to messages of perfectionism and criticism and not enough, which in other words is messages of shame, you might very well and very soon internalize these messages. Even though you're not a perfectionist, you might very well internalize these messages and you start believing that, I've heard this message about me so many times. Yeah, probably there's something wrong with me. Probably there's something that I need to change in me. If we are living in environments where people constantly judge us, sooner or later we will lose our faith in ourselves. We will lose our self-confidence and our self-esteem. And we will start believing that, yeah, maybe we're not enough, or maybe we're not capable, talented, important, or worthy. So that's one possibility. The second possibility is that when you're surrounded by perfectionists who project this message of not enough to you, it's very possible that maybe they will activate your own perfectionism. So in that case, we need first to work with our own perfectionism rather than set boundaries to others. It is possible when somebody is a perfectionist, before we even realize it, we may be very reactive and we may be very aggressive even, and upset and frustrated to these messages. But this is because we don't realize that these are our thoughts and they just got activated because of an external source. What do we need to do with that? To set boundaries to these people. First of all, if it's somebody who wants to give you feedback, for example, somebody that you work with, a manager or a colleague, and they want to give you feedback, but then actually the feedback makes you feel really bad and it's not that helpful, it's actually more about you rather than your behavior or your results of your work, then we need to redirect people and teach them and help them find out how to give constructive feedback. We need to differentiate negative feedback with constructive feedback. We need to say to people, I hear you when you say that I messed up, but this actually doesn't help me. It makes me feel bad. And okay, I understand I need to feel bad because I made a mistake, but it doesn't give me any other clue of what to do next or what to do different or what to change in the future. So can you please next time give me constructive feedback? It doesn't help me when you only make me feel bad about myself and you blame me. It doesn't help at all. We need to show them how to do it because there are many, many people out there who don't know how to give constructive feedback. And they have also been judged by their own environment, and they think that the only way that somebody can learn is through judgment. Judgment doesn't help. Constructive feedback, yes. The other thing that we can do is bring up the argument of value. If one of your parents or your colleague or a friend of yours or your partner is judging you in a very harsh way, what we need to do at that moment is pause for a moment and think whether that the way that they want us to do it is a way that aligns with our values. So if you're, for example, your parents are judging you because you are not making more money, or you haven't had kids yet, or you haven't got married yet, or whatever they're judging you as not enough, then you need to go back not only to how this makes you feel, that's important, but also whether this aligns with what you consider as important. I get it, mom, dad, friend, this is important for you, and you want me to have a family or to buy a house or whatever you want from me. But this is not important for me. I get it that that's how you feel happy, but that's not how I feel happy. I have found other ways that I feel happy in my life. It's not important. So keep the word important. If your boss is correcting your document 10 times again and again, and they're judging you for not seeing any tiny mistakes there or creating the perfect document, and of course, I'm not talking about something that is important, but seeing and correcting this document 10 times is not important for me. I think I'm contributing in a better way when I focus on how we are going to implement the things that are in the report or in the email, and not spending so much time in correcting the email again and again. Direct people to what you consider as important and try to find a way that they can understand you. So I think these two, positive feedback and sharing with them what you consider important, is very necessary. But also what I said before, help people see how it feels for you. These words hurt me when you say that. Maybe you're saying them as a joke, or maybe you think that I haven't tried enough, but it hurts me because I've tried, because I've been trying for a long time. And when you repeat that again and again, when you remind me again that I haven't done it, or I haven't completed, or I haven't dared to get out of my comfort zone and do that, it hurts me. It stresses me. It paralyzes me. And I would like you to be kinder to me. Don't assume that everybody is mean intentionally. Maybe they don't know how to be kind. Maybe they don't know that you can change with kindness. Remind them of what is the impact on you. And remind them also of what is the impact of this criticism on your relationship as well. If every time I call you, friend, mother, father, you are asking me of the things that I haven't done, and you remind me of how slow I am, I don't feel like calling you again. I mean, it has an impact on our relationship. I feel that you're here only to judge me and not to like me or love me. It has an impact on me. It fills me with terror every time I'm about to call you. Share with them the impact that this has on you, but also on the relationship. I don't want us to have this relationship. I don't want to start avoiding picking up the phone when you're calling me. I don't want that. I still want to remain a friend of yours. Remember, 4 steps, 4 things, 4 different things to do. Explain to people that you want constructive feedback and explain to them what it looks like. Another thing that you can do is talk to them about what's important for you. And maybe it differs what they consider as important. Show them what's the impact that this criticism and perfectionism has on you and how it really affects your mental health. But also show them what's the impact it has on your relationship. I hope it was helpful. Perfectionism is a deeply rooted negative and self-sabotaging mindset, and we are here seeing it every week. And you can also see it through my posts, how it changes us and our relationships. But we are reversing that. We're turning toxic perfectionism into healthy perfectionism. Thank you very much for being here. Have a look at more videos on my YouTube channel at Anti-Loneliness. Have a look at my blog section at antiloneliness.com. Thank you very much once again. And until next time, take good care of yourself.